Okay, in the previous lecture, we saw how to download an image to make it a base map, and then we learned the process of georeferencing. Okay, today we shall see how to add layers and start digitizing over the map. For that, we need to go to layer. Since we are creating a layer, we need to click on create layer, and then we will select new shapefile layer. Over here, you have this browse button. We will click on the browse button and we will give our shapefile a name. Now here we are digitizing the wards. So I will give it the name wards of Mumbai, and I will see that I'm saving it in the same location where my base map is saved. I will click on save. Now what I'm creating here are small shapes, small closed figures. Hence, they are called polygons, and therefore under geometry type, I will select polygon. After this, I move on to the new field option. Now, if I'm making 24 polygons for Mumbai, how do I know which polygon is which ward? So I need to create data table for the same, which is called attribute table. And the first column in my attribute table would be the name of the ward. So the title of the first column will be name, which is name of the ward. Now this title doesn't take a space, so I can use underscore and I can write their name underscore ward, which means that this is the column for giving the ward names. Now since this data will be alphabetical, the type of text, the type of data that I select will be string data. The length can be 80, which is too much as the ward names are just 2 or 3 alphabets big. I will click on add to fields list, and this is how I can create a new column in my attribute table. Now suppose if the second column that I want to create is total population. Now you see it will not take the whole name. Okay, so what can I do? I can just put it as TP, or I can make it as T underscore POP. Now this will definitely not be a string data because string means alphabetical, but it can always be a whole number. So it will be an integer. Now the length can be 10. Mumbai's population doesn't go beyond 10 digits, and then I have to click on add to fields list. Now suppose if I want to create a third column, which would be, say for example, literacy rate. Now literacy rate can be a decimal number. So I will select decimal. Yes, and precision 6. 6 means how many, precision means how many digits do you want after the decimal point. So I would have maximum 2 digits after the decimal points. So I will type there 2, and then again I will click on add to fields list. Like that, students, you can keep adding as many columns as you want to the attribute table. Once you are done doing that, we can click on OK, and you will see that the layer is added in the layers panel. Now when I right click and I open attribute table, I will not find anything here because I have not started making the polygons and inserting the information. But I can see the columns that are created. Okay, after seeing that my attribute table is successfully created, now I start actually making the polygons, which is called digitization. Digitization is nothing but digitally tracing the map. Okay, so what will I do to do that? I will select my shapefile. As you can see here, it is selected in blue color. I will click on the toggle editing option, which is a yellow pencil. Then all these options get available for us. Okay, they get highlighted. Now I will click on add polygon feature, and you will see that my cursor has changed from a hand to this marker. Now I zoom to the first polygon that I want to create. Okay, now I want to first create ward A. Now since I already know that this is ward A, I'm telling you that this is A ward. If you don't know, you will have to see another map which has the names of the wards, or you can select the base map where the names of the wards are already mentioned so that you don't make a mistake. Now once I zoom it, I have to zoom it a little higher so that I don't make mistakes in the shape, and I start digitizing. Now you will see that the boundary is very thick. So how do I decide which side to take? What will I do is I will take the center of the boundary. So I start from here and I will start making the boundary. Now remember, whenever there are turns, you need to plot more points so that the shape can be traced properly. Now suppose this is not come proper, I can click on delete and the point that I plotted recently will get deleted only, not the entire shape. Now remember to use a mouse for effective results. Now here there is a rounding. So I am going to plot more points so that the shape turns out to be proper. Now since this is a little thinner line, I am zooming it further. I am using the up, down, left, right arrow keys to move my map. And you see I am now coming right in the center. Now once I finish digitizing, once I finish tracing, I will do a right click and now it will show me certain things here. So ID you can put or you can avoid. It is a system generated number. The name of the word is A and this is how we write. So put a capital A. Suppose you have the information of total population, you can put that information. And if you have the literacy rates with you, you can also put that. Now this will not take percent sign, this will not take any other special character. Once I fill in all the information, I can click on OK and you see my word is created here. Yes. Now once I create the first polygon, I will again click on the yellow pencil and click on save. This makes it saved. Now if even if I create an error and if I undo it, this polygon will not get deleted. If I don't do this step, sometimes when you are a beginner, you might end up deleting the whole layer and your entire hard work will go in vain. But if you want to continue without saving, you have to be very particular that whatever commands you're giving the software are proper. Okay. Now this was about words which are single. But now if I want to create this B word, now this B word is actually sharing the boundary with A word. So how do I make a shared boundary? To make a shared boundary, I need to use the tool of snapping. How to use the tool of snapping? So when you right click here, your snapping toolbar, you can enable. Now after I enable my snapping toolbar, you will see this toolbar which has appeared here. This red magnet symbol is the snapping toolbar symbol. Okay. Once I again click on my shapefile, I click on the yellow pencil, I click on add polygon feature and I click on snapping. Okay. Now since I disabled it, you cannot see any change. But as soon as I enable my snapping option, you will see that as I'm taking it near the vertices which I've already plotted, it will show you a pink box. If my snapping was disabled, it would not show me that box. Yes, but if I'm enabling my snapping, it will show me the boxes. It means that there are vertices which are already plotted. And now when I want to recreate that boundary, I have to click in the same place. So how do I do? I click on this vertex. Then I slowly move my cursor, click on this vertex. And then I click on this vertex and I click on this vertex. After this, the rest of the boundary of this word is independent. So I can just continue my digitization as I was doing for word A. And in this way, I can finish my digitization of the polygon with a shared boundary. And here it is done. So I right click again. Now this is word B if I'm not wrong. And I am putting in some random information because right now I don't have the correct information. And I'm putting in the literacy rate also. Now you see this word is also created. Again for safety, I will click on the yellow pencil again and I will save it. So it is saved and now it is not even in the editable mode. Because how do I make out that it is not in the editable mode? It is because my hand is now showing again. If it was in the editable mode, then the cursor will change to a marker. If it is not in the editable mode, it will change to a hand. Clear?